multiple people have canceled on me tonight, so I have no plans. And it's a Friday night, so I figured that I would just have a self-care night. It's all about self-love, right? Let's get to it.
The first part of any self-care night is skincare. So I have this Innisfree Pore Cleansing Clay Mask. And now I'm going to paint. So first I have to think of what to paint. And I wasn't sure. And then I realized that I love boho stuff, so I'm going to do that. Also, my mom, who canceled plans on me, left half a glass of wine, so I'm going to drink it. Cheers to that. So the first thing I needed to do was get situated, and then I picked out a base color to color the whole canvas. I really liked this peachy color. It's like a light peachy pink, so I'm going to go ahead and cover the whole canvas with that. After I cover the whole canvas, I'm just going to color it in and make sure I get all the spots, make sure I get the edges. I want to make sure the canvas is completely colored with this pink. While my base is drying, I thought it'd be fun to have a little dance party to some indie pop music, which is my favorite genre of all time. I just like to go on Apple Music and put on the indie pop playlist and just listen to whatever comes up. It really helps me find great new music. And now we're back to painting. So I realized that I wanted to have my painting the other way, and I want to do kind of a mountain and sun type thing, so I can't draw a perfect circle by myself. So I brought this bowl to help me out a little bit, and it really just makes sure that my lines look perfect. And here's what it looks like. You can use any bowl or any cup. And now I'm ready to color it in. I didn't really have the color I wanted, so I'm going to mix these two. Of course, the lid got stuck on this one, so I was trying to figure out how I could get this paint out, and I was really struggling here. So I brought in some tools to help me out. By tools, I mean other paintbrushes. And you know what? I thought would happen? I'd squeeze too much out, and then I'd just have a plethora of paint that I didn't need. And then guess what happened? Exactly what I thought. So I had to take some of my other color. Well, before I did that, I'm trying to put it back in because I'm trying to save my paint, because paint is not cheap. I don't even know if this is a good thing to do, but I did it anyway because, you know what? Balling on a budget, it is what it is. So now I'm mixing in the paint with the other color so I can get a color that I like, but it still isn't as dark as I want it to be. So I'm adding some more of the dark brown and mixing that in real nice. I like to use a old pie tin to mix all my colors, and just so I have a nice little palette to paint on, since I don't like to paint right directly on my picture like some people. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the circle to the best of my ability. Now that my moon or sun or whatever the heck it is, my circle's done, I'm going to draw in some mountains with a pencil just so they can look how I want them to. I decided for the color of the mountains, I didn't want to waste that big glob of paint that I put out before, so I'm mixing in some red with that just so I can kind of be along the same color palette, but I'm not wasting all of that tan, nudish pale brown color. So I'm just going to add a little bit of red of it into it to make it kind of don't even know exactly what color it is, just a reddish brown, I suppose. And I'm going to, once I mix all this together, I'm going to go ahead and start painting my bottom layer of the mountains. Somewhere along the line, I learned that you should always start with your lightest color when painting. So that's what I always do. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these mountains. Now it's time for the second layer of my mountains. So once again, I'm using that same pale color, but I mixed in a brown, as you can see, because I didn't want to waste that paint. And actually, this was a really good idea because, as I said before, it really makes sure I'm along in the same kind of color palette and they're kind of matching things going on. So I'm making sure to paint the sides of the canvas. And I'm trying to be really delicate here and really precise so I don't bleed into the reddish brown part of the mountains, the first part I just painted. So I'm trying to be super delicate with my strokes. But of course, this is art. It's really all up to you as long as you're having fun. You can't really mess up. I mean, you can, but art is art. It's just what you see it as, so. Now I'm going in to paint the darkest layer of my mountains. This is where I mix some black into that original tan, just to get that darkest shade, keep it along the same color palette. This is kind of a boho style painting. I just thought it would be cute for my future apartment maybe. Here's the color I mixed. And I'm once again just going to go ahead and start putting that on my canvas. And here's my final painting. The lighting here is horrible. So here's it again in some different lighting. Well, I guess it's the same lighting, but... And don't forget to wash off your brushes and your pans. Something about washing these off has kind of always been really soothing to me. Oddly satisfying, you may say. But as you can see, sometimes I don't always wash my pans, so then it kind of gets dried with the paint. Now that I finished my painting and I had my face mask on forever, I'm going to go ahead and wash that off my face too. Not really sure how long I had it on. I didn't really watch the time when I was painting, but it's been quite a while. So I'm going to make sure to clean that off nice and good. And then lastly, I just wanted to show you guys the last part of my self-care night. And that's just whitening my teeth. So I'm going to get my brush wet. I'm going to dip it in my activated charcoal, and then I'm going to scrub my teeth for 1 to 2 minutes. This looks absolutely disgusting, but I promise it works. And that's kind of the end of my self-care night. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys can love yourself. Bye.